Alrighty folks, welcome back to the debriefing. We have another submission today from Ish, and this one has a little bit of an interesting name to the video. It's called Check Cargo Whoops. So I haven't seen this yet. We're going to watch it together and we'll see what happens. Let's roll it. We're entering a faction war complex. We are in a breacher, as with the last couple of videos, and landing on a Punisher. So let's wait until we land fully. There we go. Okay. And we're just going to take stock of the situation real quick here. We are basically right next to the Punisher. It's only 4K away. Punisher's tricky because lasers have decent range, and our plan is to try and scram kite this Punisher, get out at like 6 to 8 kilometers and deal damage while hopefully not receiving damage from the Punisher. The problem is that the Punisher probably can project out to that range too, so then it might just become a brawl at range, if that makes sense. So let's see how it goes. We're immediately aligning away. We're just kind of selecting a direction and moving. Punisher's moving towards us and scrams us. We are scram web and applying damage, and then switching our orbit to 5K. This is going to actually draw us right back into the Punisher, and selecting orbit at 5K means that we're actually going to end up at 3K. But it looks like, and I'm just going to pause this here, and I'm going to mention something else about the Punisher. The Punisher, if it has a prop mod fit, can only have a scram or a web. This Punisher cannot have a web. So almost no matter what we do, we are going to have the control advantage. We're going to have the range control advantage on the Punisher. And it looks like the damage coming out of the Punisher is really not anything to be too concerned about. So this might just end up being a walk in the park. Orbiting at 5K, incoming damage is very low. Our outgoing damage is... wow, that is a brick. We are approaching for some reason. I'm not really sure why you'd get in close here. You don't need to volunteer to get in close at all. We're taking much bigger hits now than we need to. Yeah. Much better call. Again, orbiting at 500 is also not the right call. Although they did just miss, but no, there's a big hit again. Being at 5K was a much better idea, I'm pretty sure. That said, orbiting at 500 seems to have stabilized this. We've run out of charges here. We're not shooting anymore? Are we out of... oh, we're out of ammo. Oh no. We're out of ammo. Guys. Okay, so now what the pilot is doing, Ish, our protagonist here, is trying to use the orbit at 500 and the drones that we have remaining to stabilize the situation, rep the damage, and basically just very slowly chew down the Punisher. Something tells me that that is just not going to do the trick. So now we're moving away. And as we pull away, we're going to exit scram range here in a moment and probably peace out. Yep. I ran out of bullets. XDGF. Well, show us the cargo. Come on, Ish. Nope, I guess he's not going to show us the cargo. Anyway, yeah, check cargo whoops is a correct assessment there. I don't think that orbit at 500 was the correct call. Let's just run this back real quick. When we were out orbiting at 5K, once things stabilized here, orbiting 5K, and we're up at top speed about here, 1100-ish. We're really not taking a lot of damage. We don't need to overheat. Probably explosive or kinetic ammo here. Yeah, I don't think you gave enough time to that orbit at 5K idea that you had there. I would even consider orbiting further. Look at your scram range and orbit maybe 1,000 meters less than your scram range. I think that being further away was a better option here rather than being very close. Like I said at the beginning, laser ships, you'll think if they're hitting you at 5 or 6K, you'll think that they're beam fit. They're not. They're pulse fit. Pulses can hit you out of that range, no problem at all. And so getting in close doesn't really do anything for you. You'll still want to be out even further if you can. Force them to load like radio ammo and do even less damage in order to reach you. Especially with the Punisher, you have all the control in the world. You just need to hold it down and not take damage. So in this case, you decided to brawl when I think the Scram Kite was actually the right move. But we learned you didn't die. You did run out of ammo. Kind of a funny little thing there. Hope this is helpful. Hope you guys learned something. We'll see you on the next one.